Welcome back to another session of SP Edits walkthroughs. I am SP. I am from the GonnaGeek.com network, and I do a show called Better Podcasting, in which we give a lot of advice to hobby podcasters. And in that light, what I have been doing is I've been asked to say, hey, SP, how do you edit, or how can I edit? And so since I've been using both Vegas Movie Studio 15.0 Platinum and Audacity to later refine the audio edit, I am going to go ahead and give these walkthroughs. So these are not instructionals. These are simply walkthroughs. I'm streaming them live on Twitch. I'm putting them on my YouTube channel afterwards. So if you happen to find this on Twitch, congratulations. Give me a comment in the live chat, and I will answer any questions you might have live. Or if you have a comment or a question on a video that's been posted on YouTube later, go ahead, leave a comment down below, and please put your timestamp in there, and I would be grateful to answer your question. This is easy stuff after years and years of doing it for me, and I just want to help others impart that knowledge. And I'm not doing instructionals. These are not actual lessons as I go along. These are literally live editing sessions, so you can pick up what you can from it. Full disclosure, this is a podcast about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and specifically this week we're talking about the Netflix series Punisher. It is safe for work, so don't worry about that. But if you have not watched The Punisher yet and don't want to be spoiled, we're going to talk a lot about it in the main body of the podcast. So I just wanted to give you that heads up as we go into the podcast. What I've done previously is I've aligned the tracks in the previous window or previous video. I've aligned the tracks. I have set up everything to edit. And then off camera, what I did is I went through the pre-show and I selected bits of audio that I will use in the post-credit scenes, outtakes, whatever you want to call them. That's what we do on Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. And because that's an exclusive for people that listen to the podcast, I'm just leaving that out there for the actual podcast. So you didn't get to see any of that, but I have gotten it all ready to go. A few notes, and I'm not sure if this has happened since the last episode or not. I have updated to RX7. I finally got the good code, the serial code, whatever, the authorization code from Isotope, and I was able to activate RX7. So I have both RX5 and RX7 active in this. I have RX7 active on my track in the effects. As you can see, I've got the denoise and the declick. Now, I do not have the declick active because it just takes so much processing power to run, and I want to be able to quickly edit. So that is off, but yet I'm just trying it out on there. And on Lauren's track, I have her on 5. The beauty of a non-destructive editor like Magic's Movie Studio is I can go in after I'm all done editing and I could change the effects and I can just render it that way. So it's no big deal. But it does actually render the effects live, which is why I've declicked the declicker, and it just takes a long time to render. So here you go. If you've watched previous videos, I have slightly changed my on-screen look, and I've condensed some windows. I've expanded some other windows. So I put my window up here in a place that's you're not going to get bugged with not seeing any of the other windows. So hopefully this works. If you have a comment on that, go ahead and let me know. But without further ado, what I'm going to try to do this morning is get through this first set. And I'm going to scroll in here, this first intro piece, which is 6 minutes. A lot of people will say that's kind of long for a podcast, but it's what we do on Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. We introduce the show, what we're going to talk about, as well as a little witty banter along the way and some relevant information. So we get all that out of the way, and then we go bang into the actual podcast. So as you can see, I've set up a video track, which you can't see the video. It's up here, but that's all right. So there's a video track, and I've muted the audio from the video track. I've also got a track that I have recorded through my Zoom H6. It's what I call the Hangout track. Since we record this on Hangouts on Air via YouTube Live, I get to record everything coming into me, which in this case is Lauren and Michelle. And I record myself on my own track. Now, how I'm able to do this is I have a Mackie Pro FX 16V2, and I'm able to have a lot of inputs, 16 inputs into it. But then I'm able to go out through various like Mon sends, Aux sends, FX sends, sub outs. So I'm able to, or even the insert in some cases. So I'm able to get individual tracks for individual microphones or anything that I can isolate. What I can't isolate is both Lauren and Michelle because they are both coming into me on YouTube Live via Hangouts on Air. And so they're together. So I've broken out everything that I can on my end, which is Hangouts, my track, and then down here is the soundboard track. So those all, the audio for those don't interfere with each other. And then we do what's called a double ender or multi-ender. And then Lauren and Michelle, and then Haley, when she's on the podcast, they will record their own audio locally. So that's how I'm able to get their tracks separate. So the goal of my first video edit here is to make sure that there's minimal crosstalk and then take out some ums, like I just said, and some ticks, audio ticks, or if somebody's coughing, something like that, take those out. Those don't need to be in the audio. And I'm hampered by the fact that on the video side of things, because we do actually produce this and release it on YouTube. So the audio has to match up to lips moving. So I'm kind of hamstrung by that. In some cases, what I would do is I would take some audio and I would shift it over so that one person is talking and then another person is talking rather than both talking at the same time, which is called overspeak. And unfortunately, I can't get rid of a lot of that in here. And it does make for a little bit more natural conversation as long as you can understand both people involved in the overspeak, or all three people, or maybe you have all three people laughing at the same time and you just want that in there. So there are cases that you do want overspeak in, but generally I prefer not to. But at the same time, this is how I'm editing. Now, later on in Audacity, I could go ahead and do that with the audio only edit. But since I'm also doing the video here, it handcuffs me as to what I'm doing. So anyway, that's the goal here, the next 6 minutes, and then I'll turn off the video and then go have some breakfast. All right, let's get started. And scrolling in and out, by the way, I'm using the middle scroll wheel on my mouse. So whenever you see the tracks expand or contract, that's because I am scrolling with the wheel.
This time on episode 261 of Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D., we discuss The Punisher Season 1, Episode 5, Gunner, Marvel, weekly Marvel news, and your feedback.
All right, so the problem with Michelle and her video, by the way, is she doesn't have such a great internet connection that will allow a nice even 720 stream to come out. And I'll even go over here and you'll see the same thing. So unfortunately, we don't have pristine video coming in, but it is what it is.
If you'd like to talk to us about various methods of saying hello, you can visit our website, legendsofshield.com.
All right, so what I've seen here.
Visit our website, legendsofshield.com.
All right. We have a misalignment, a sync issue. I'm going to try to help fix that. I'm going to go into her track here. I'm going to cut it off right there. That gives me some wiggle room, right? She's saying calm, and it's later in her session, so the video sync should be up with her mouth. So I need to isolate when she says .com, and I can use that C word in the com to sync up her track.
To us about various methods of saying hello, you can visit our website, legendsofshield.com.
That was close.
Us about various methods of saying hello, you can visit our website, legendsofshield.com.
A little bit more.
Us about various methods of saying hello, you can visit our website, legendsofshield.com.
All right, now let's choose another time later on in the podcast. Let's see if we can't get another sync.
Well, Punisher's not really known for that, though. He's known for, here's my gun, I'm going to shoot it, or maybe some knife, but I don't.
All right, that is good enough to me. Let's see what it looks like at the beginning. Thought I had it all synced up. I guess not.
This time on episode 261 of Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D., we discuss The Punisher Season 1, Episode 5, Gunner, Marvel Weekly Marvel News, and your feedback.
All right. Now, I don't know if you can hear it or not on the stream, but I should double check that. Oh. Well, that sucks. Sorry, guys. Okay, so you can hear me, and you should be able to hear. Okay. Okay. So you should be able to hear this, and you'll hear a slight distortion at the beginning of this audio clip.
Your feedback.
I'm Amos.
All right. That distortion really shouldn't be there. That's an artifact of the recorder not picking it up right away, which I'm not sure why it shouldn't do that. Is there any sound effects on here? Oh, of course, there's a noise gate. So if I would take that noise gate off, I'll bet you.
Your feedback.
Yep, that was the problem. There was a noise gate issue. So in order to make sure that none of that really gets hit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my, should have loaded this before. These are all the pre-rolls that I have, and I am going to put Amos's pre-roll in the hopper up here. And copy of intro, outro. That's what I've been doing. I need to rename that in the template the next time I go through and rename that track the Gonna Geek intro, because that's literally all the track is used for. And I use it because it's overlapping the intro. So I need two different tracks to do that. There we go. That should sound about right.
I'm Amos, host of Undaunted.
So it sounds like it's in a cave, but that means I'm really close to being synced up, and that's good enough for the music. So we've got that, and now I'm going to go up here and find the intro. That's the outro. I need the intro. And sync that up. So in order to sync up the audio, what you need to do is just find something that you can differentiate well enough that you can choose like the individual peaks and everything, and you can get it as close as you can. That was just done by eyeball. That's all you really can do on Movie Studio anyway. So got that, and then I'm going to go after it should all be done, and I'm going to trim start. So everything before then is gone, and I've got the good audio from the two tracks in there. A lot of people just take the recorded music, but as you heard, there's stuff that can happen to the music to make it fade in and out. Plus, I can, as a separate track, I can go ahead and edit stuff that's separate from there, and we'll get there in a second. So let's replay this.
This time on episode 261 of Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D., we discuss The Punisher Season 1, Episode 5, Gunner, Marvel Weekly Marvel News, and your feedback.
I'm Amos, host of Undaunted, a proud member of the Gonna Geek Network, just like the show you're listening to now.
But you can actually
The
grab the
opinions
slider
expressed
and you can make it go fast.
2, 1.
And may only be discussed among agents granted clearance by the S.H.I.E.L.D. director.
Now it's time for your scheduled debriefing. I'm Director SP.
I'm Agent Lauren.
And I'm Consultant Michelle.
Ooh, That was low. It was really low. Emacs. That should be good.
I'm Agent Lauren.
And I'm Consultant Michelle.
Welcome to Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're a Marvel Comic Universe fan show, and this show is recorded on Sunday, November 4th, 2018, live from the Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. studios and broadcast worldwide via www.geeks.live. You can come and join our live chat as we record. Ladies, happy National Candy Day!
Who got discount Halloween candy? Yeah!
I bought $80 worth of Halloween candy, and at the end of 1.5 hours of the Beggar's Night trick-or-treat, whatever you want to call it, I had one bag left. It was getting into dangerous emergency rations.
We don't get trick-or-treat.
Rations.
We don't get trick.
All right. You see how Lauren's, there's nothing that I can see here just because the track is condensed too much. But if you see, I'm going to put a marker there. If you see this track, you can tell that this output meter will tell me where that bump is coming from. So go ahead and select that because it's after the bump, and then trim start, and then bye-bye that. The other thing that you can do there, really quick. The other thing you can do there is just split the track and then take the gain and take that down to nothing. And does the same thing, gets rid of it. Emergency rations.
We don't get trick-or-treaters at my place. So we had one bag before Halloween. It was the cheapy stuff, but we like the cheapy stuff. And one discount bag after full of the good stuff. And we are working our way through it.
We have a bunch of people that come into our neighborhood because we're one of the quote unquote good, safe neighborhoods that people tend to give out some good candy, and then we're a safe neighborhood. Now, I won't say that we give away full candy bars or packs of full candy bars like I've heard some neighbors do, but we give out decent candy and it's safe. So we get a lot of people just from outside the neighborhood. That's fine. I'm all for it. I love to see the costumes and everything. It was drizzling a little bit, so I had to have the umbrella up, and I was out on the driveway. And I saw a couple of caps that were running. I told them on your left. Of course, these 8-year-olds didn't get it, but said on your left. And I saw like one or two Iron Man, but I saw Spider-Man after Spider-Man after Spider-Man. And I asked all of that, and Flash. So Spider-Man and Flash were definitely the two big ones. And of course, other things like fairies and goblins and demons and stuff like that. But so I asked all the Spider-Man and Flash which one they were, and they all, except for one kid, all of them looked at me like I had 3 heads, and were like, I'm the Flash. I'm like, okay, well, are you Barry? Are you Wally? I mean, which Flash are you? I'm the Flash.
Are you Jay?
Yeah.
Did either of you dress up for Halloween? Did either of you dress up for Halloween?
No,
I did not.
So every year I dress up for Halloween. This is the second time in my entire life that I have not dressed up. The first time was for a funeral. This time I was just feeling really, really bad that day.
You can use Movie Studio on the run like I just did to delete an out. And I know I can do that because her mouth isn't going to be moving that much from an that's isolated like that. So I went ahead and took that off, and I did that on the run. Now, it does change how the cursor operates, but it is how it is. Now, I have learned that, by the way, you can now, in the latest version of Vegas Movie Studio 15.0, you can choose a track that doesn't have anything in it. You can right-click it, and you can select all tracks after cursor. And you can either choose all tracks or selected tracks. Now, the one thing that it will do is if your cut of your track is before where that cursor is, it'll select all the way to the beginning of that track or all the way to where the first cut is. But that is an incredible improvement, because if you're editing video and you're cutting everything, including the video, but then you have to go back and select everything to the right. Now it's just automatically selected by doing that. And it is a great enhancement to the editing process. So thank you very much, Vegas, Magix, whatever your company name is. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
The second time in my entire life that I have not dressed up. The first time was for a funeral. This time I was just feeling really, really bad that day. But we ended up still having a good night of it. Stayed in, watched some good Halloween movies.
You can get rid of that. See what that looks like.
Stayed in, watched some good Halloween movies. Watched some good Halloween movies. Yeah, we ended up watching Dracula Dead and loving it. Have either of y'all seen that one? Mel
Nope.
Brooks movie? Okay. If you have seen any of the Dracula movies, particularly Bram Stoker's Dracula, it is a fantastic riff on those.
You can see we all have our verbal idiosyncrasies. One of Lauren's is ums.
Dracula, it is a fantastic riff on those. If you like Mel Brooks movies, if you like Leslie Nielsen, it's great. It's kind of dumb fun, but I dug it. It was kind of exactly what I needed that night.
Michelle, did you have any special plans on Halloween? Oh, that must have been my tech. Michelle, did you? Oh, I bet you it was.
Exactly what I needed that night.
Michelle, did you have any special? Wow, it didn't come through. So what's happening here is the adaptive noise filter on RX7 or RX5, depending on what track I'm running, took that tick out the next 2 times I ran it, but not the first one. And I just need to find out where it is so I can take it out. If necessary, I can go ahead and take all 3 tracks out from here to here, but let's just see if we can't find it. So we'll back it up and see if we can get the denoisers to work like they did the first time.
Kind of dumb fun, but I dug it. It was kind of exactly what I needed that night.
Michelle, did you have any special plans? No. So we'll go ahead and select all these 3 tracks. Just want to take it out now while I know it's there, because it will show up in the audio edit later.
I dug it. It was kind of exactly what I needed that night.
Michelle, did you have any special plans on Halloween, or did you just stay in?
Just stayed in.
Okay. It's probably me, because that was the same tick. I didn't see it before for some reason. Yeah.
Just stayed in.
Okay. Well, that works too. I mean, it was a Wednesday night this year, so it is what it is. All right, let's get on with the podcast. Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a... I don't like the way that I say so way too much. Let's see if I can get rid of it with my mouth movements. I mean, it was a Wednesday night this year. It is what it is. All right, let's get on. I mean, it was a Wednesday night this year. It is what it is. All right, let's get on with the podcast. Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a fan-based podcast on the ABC television show Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., now in the 24th hiatus week following the season 5 finale, almost a half a year. The multiple Marvel Netflix series and the Marvel cinematic and comic book universes in general.
Because arrows are no substitute for saying hello.
If you'd like to talk to us about various methods of saying hello, you can visit our website, legendsofshield.com.
If you'd like to tell us about your experiences with arrows and saying hello, you can call us at our voicemail, 844-THE-BUS-1. That's 844-843-2871.
You can find us on Facebook, Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. Podcast.
You can tweet us at Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D.
You can look at you can see our faces on YouTube.
Okay, this is one of the rare occasions that I can actually do a video edit. Why is that? Because Lauren is over here, and then by the time Michelle actually starts talking, she is on the screen. So I can go ahead, I'm actually excited about this. I can go ahead and cut the whole thing. And what I'll do is I'll halves it, I'll cut it halfway between when they're talking, and I'll do one of those, and I'll do halfway between when they're talking, and I've selected a track that doesn't have anything on it, so it selects all the tracks really when I do the trim start. And now I will do that same thing that I was just talking about, so I don't have to actually scroll up and go up to the video track. I will select right where it is really, and right click, select all after cursor, select all tracks, move that right over just like that, and I will go up and show you it was all done. That is awesome. So what I have here is an awesome edit point. We will see what it looks like.
Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. podcast.
You can tweet us at Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D.
You can see our faces on YouTube, www.youtube.com/GonnaGeek.
You can tell your Amazon device to enable Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. skill.
And Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a proud member of the GonnaGeek.com network.
Agent Haley cannot be with us tonight. That's all right. She said she will be back next week, so we will miss her for a week. But she's taking some of that PTO time that she dug me about 2 weeks ago. And yeah, she takes her fair amount of PTO time too. So we'll see her back again next week. In the meantime, we've got a great episode of The Punisher to go over, which we're going to start right now. I played the wrong bump there. So what I could do is I can change that bump back to the beginning. That's another great thing. SP has been known in the past. Yes, I'm talking about myself in the third person. I've been known in the past to play the wrong bump. So here we go. This is going to take some editing because it's at a different time, which we're going to start right now. Back out. We're talking about the choose there, select everything. Ideally, what I'd want to do is just cut it so I don't have to do any. Let's see. We're talking. Who is that? That is Lauren. Well, we'll just leave that in for now. I'll take all that out later. Obviously, Lauren was doing some stuff in the background that you could hear. But... okay, so right there. Just eyeballing it here. I want that transition to occur roughly here. So I want me to come out. This will be close, might not be exact. This is just me eyeballing where to put the break. And I'm going to have to select all the tracks. And I do that by clicking the shift button and then left mouse button on the track and then selecting everything. I'm going to do a trim end here. And then can I go ahead? Yep, I can do that same trick. Select all tracks after the cursor. And we're just going to move everything up. See what this looks like. We're talking about the season 1. That's as good as it's going to get for a video, and that's how that edit happens. I will start the next section before or on the next video. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to solo on Lauren here. Let's see how long that was going on.
GonnaGeek.com network.
Oh, they're all solo. Oh, yes. Because they're all selected. I've done the all select. Just listening for those desk bumps or whatever that Lauren was giving. Might have cut out a lot of them by cutting out that much of the bump space. Oh, yeah, there's one. one. There was a lot more, in case you didn't hear it, but those are gone. Make sure, back up a little bit, play that again. The other thing I could do is expand the track and contract it. I don't like doing that because it screws up the way I'm viewing the project as I'm going through it. So that's just another visual way to do it. Ooh. Okay. Glad I kept listening. And trim there. We'll take it all the way up to when she speaks here. Ultimately, I don't think it really matters when somebody else is talking for the most part. Yeah.
Cool. All right. The episode.
Because you can barely hear it over somebody else talking, but I just took care of that. All right. I'm going to save this project, which I should have done along the way. I keep saying that every time. One of these days, I'm going to get hit with it. I actually did get hit with it a few videos back. But there you go. That is the edit of the first 6 minutes of Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 261. I'm trying to get it all selected and then right click zoom to selection. There we go. That basically is the edit. Oh, I was wondering why my track was dark. It's because Lauren was solo. I don't want that when I come back, so I'll save it again. But that is the first edit. You can see the edit points along the way, including this one where we couldn't find where that tick mark was, which I'm pretty sure it was on my track. And then the actual cut over here of the video and the cut here of the video. So that's how it's done. A lot of stuff I hope you learn from. And if you have any questions, reach out to me at Stargate Pioneer on Twitter. You can email me, stargatepioneer@gonnageek.com. Leave a comment down below on the YouTube channel once it gets posted there. And I would prefer a time code so I can go back and see exactly what you're talking about in the video. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you guys are having a great day. And I will come back. If you're on the live Twitch stream, I will come back in a couple of hours after I go out to breakfast with the family. So see you guys later. Bye.